Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be discussing about how to create a quick app using React. So we'll be looking into the To-Do app. Okay, so we'll make it simple, and once after completing this To-Do app end to end, we'll be converting that state management to the React Redux. Okay, so to make it faster, so I want to use ChatGPT here and there so that it can save our time. So you can also give your ideas on it. So first let me start with Visual Studio. I have taken Visual Studio Code as editor here in my case to create the To-Do app. So first you can create one of the folder for it. So let me create an so here the naming conventions as well I will be following. So in my case, like generally, the company name is Dhruv Webstack. Just imagine dot to do dot app. Okay, so this is the way how you should name your any app in the real time. Okay, just select this folder, and you know how to open the terminal. Just Control tilde, open it. Then how to create the React solution. There are multiple ways you can create. You can create directly. You can use any kind of like npx you can use, or white you can use any kind of it's up to you, but like I'll be going with npx create React app, and I'm using a template as TypeScript hyphen template, right? Oh, sorry, we have made a mistake. Tell me what is the mistake. First, we need to give the React app name, right? So let's take the same thing, dws dot to do dot app. Okay. Yeah. Later on we will change that name, so there is nothing harm on it. You can see here when we are creating this app, in the background it is adding these all packages, these which are needed. In general, without npx, how you can create React web app means you need to create a normal node solution, and on top of it you need to add this all React DOM, React scripts, everything. But in this case, this npx will help you out to set up the solution with the TypeScript as the base, and it will be giving the app.tsx. If you don't use this one, what will happen? It will create a .js based React package. You can see here, it will start creating. So as of now, package.json it added, and also it will be adding the other things as well. Yeah, see here, one by one it is coming here. SRC folder, public, these all those things came here. So now let me close this. I want to just rename this web part, web app. And now what we need to do, we need to open this one in Visual Studio. New window, open folder. Okay. Now the terminal will be in the right path. Or what you can do for creating the React app, you can use simply command prompt or Node.js. Then you can come back here. So now how to start this one? npm start. Okay, you can see here it created app.cs, everything. Yes, it's up and running. Okay, now we will make it very faster. Before going to this, I want to set up the API here. Okay, so how to set up the API? We'll be using a fake API here. So we'll be using JSON server. Okay, so everything will make it for learning purpose here. So JSON server. It's an npm package which we need to install. Copy this, stop it. Okay, just install it. And to make this one work, we need to have one on top level. We need to have a db.json. Okay, so for that I don't want to waste my time. I'll simply get some data from ChatGPT. Give me sample db.json for to-do app. Okay. Okay, here it is giving users also. Let's go with users, that we will see later. As of now, I'll just go with one user only. Yeah. So create a, on the top level you need to create db.json, paste it here. Next. And after it, what you need to do, you need to run the particular command actually. So yeah, this is the command actually you need to run. If you see here, if you run this, it won't work. We have not installed the JSON server. I have installed, right? First, go to the package.json and check whether it is installed or not. Yes, JSON server is installed. And to do db.json. Okay, let's do one thing. One more time, try to do npm install. Sometimes this command may not be identified. Okay, then we need to give a npm install. Then we'll try to see. No, actually, I understand. Yeah, yes, npm or npx. Okay, generally what we will be doing, right? See here. Here we need to set up this server. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand now the issue. Hyphen port. So on which port you want to have, just add it. Okay. And then npm run server. Yes. Okay. Or else what you can do, I understand now. npm run, then that command you need to give. Then obviously it will work. Okay. Now on 3001, it will be there. In our case, what we need, to do's. Yeah, not task, to do's. Yes, it's working. On this, you can do all get, post, put, delete, all operations. Okay. First, we will, so we have the API also got ready. Correct. Now, let this one run on its individual, I mean, terminal. Now, let's create one more terminal. Click on this. So now you can see here, you have two terminals. One is node, one more is, I mean, this is also PowerShell, but if you run the commands, it will also give node. So this terminal is for API. Okay, and this terminal we are, so why I have created this JSON worm is, I don't have any real-time case here. I don't have database setup. I don't have API development. In general, in the real time, the API will be built using Express.js in Node or C# .NET Web API or Java, Springs. So there will be some other technology we will be using to create the APIs, and the data will be stored in across the any kind of relational or NoSQL database, anything SQL or NoSQL database, SQL Server or Oracle or Cassandra. Okay, anything we can take, Cosmos DB, MongoDB, anything. But for Node.js and all, MongoDB is more preferred NoSQL database. But here in my case, like I don't want to play with that area. As I am going with the React, I am more of preferring to go with a fake server now. Okay, so my server is running. Upon running, now what I need to do? I need to go with the npm start. So which will be working on 3000 port. That's the reason I have given the 3001 for this, I mean API. Okay, now we will be using, let me refresh. So initially it will take more time actually, this React to set it up and to open. Later on it will be very faster as it will be having the data in the cache. Okay, now I am having a simple idea here. I don't want to go with login, register, everything. Okay, my main intention is about setting up an navigation bar and introducing the routes and showing the data and how to have the cross functionality. I mean, how to pass the data from component to component. It's called cross drilling, and how to avoid that one using Redux. That is what my main intention. My main intention is about to explain you about the Redux. You are already like having idea on React and how to use state, props, everything, but you don't have knowledge on. A few of you are not having knowledge on Redux. So to get into the picture, I'm going in a kind of basic way. So how initially it is working and how we are going to change it into the Redux. That is what my main intention. So just bear with me. So I will be also using the Bootstrap here for better UI. So let's see. Even you can do one thing. Install one more, I mean, terminal. Now you can npm install Bootstrap. Here it's up to you. You can use Tailwind, you can use Material UI, anything. So these many alternates we are having. Now I want to use navigation bar. So let's go for Bootstrap site and just copy the design. I'll go with normal one only. I'm not going to use React Bootstrap. Okay. Yeah, let me go with header. I'll go with this one. Okay. And this looks good. let's do one thing. Copy this. Okay. First, before going on to that one, we need to create components. Okay, this is not looking good actually. Everything is clumsy here. We always need to make sure that we are having our folder set up first. Then we will be going on. Now let me create one thing. The first thing where we will be getting data is from the data layer. Correct. So have a data. You can have data access layer, or I mean it's up to the people. They will have different names. Just simply data or data access layer. Okay, anything. Let's have the data folder. Next, have service folder or business folder. Okay, next, have another folder called pages. Have another folder called components. Okay, have another folder called utilities. Okay, have another folder called assets. This is how you should go with your system design. Okay, then only it will make sense to work in a collaborative manner, because in real time there are group of people who will be working on different files. I may be working in one component, another developer may be working in data side, another user may be working on CSS. It's up to them. Let them take that. Where the conflict will come, right? If everyone is starting working on the same file, then when you are pushing the code into the Git, that conflict will come. Okay, Git conflicts. Then it will be very difficult to manage that conflicts. Okay, so that's the reason we will be having this different approach. Now let me have an page call. What is the starting of the page? Index, correct? So index.tsx. Okay, and index.tsx, you know, like how to write the code. Import React. Okay, React from star as. That's another approach. You can also do like that. Okay, that's in SharePoint. Import star as React. We can also get like this. Here, from React 16 onwards, people started using only this functional components. Okay, after React 16. So how to do that? You can define it functional component in two ways. Function, you can do like this. Export default index. This is one way. There is another simplest way. Export constant index equal to, what is this? Is syntax is called, yes, arrow function. Okay, we'll go with the arrow functions. I'll tell you what is the difference between function syntax and this syntax. Function syntax, what I have written earlier is declarative. It means if you write function somewhere, that function can be called on top of the function or below the function also. Okay, which is called declarative. Okay, so in that case, like there is a interview question as well, hoisting. Okay, if the function can be callable on the top or anywhere from the within the page, then it's supporting hoisting, HOISTNG. Okay, if you want to make sure, actually, like as a real paradigm, definitely the function should be already defined, then only it should be called. Correct? That's the right way. Okay, so if we are going with that approach, right? Okay, then it won't be supporting hoisting. Okay, so that is the reason. So, and one more difference between that one and this is, here if you use this arrow function, then this context, the global context, will stands as is. Try to understand what I'm saying. I'm having a global object, something like here. Not this one. Globally, JavaScript, a page will have this. This will represent the global object of that particular page. In function, you can use, in the React specifically, if you make everything as a function, then that global object can't be hold easily. There is some other workaround you need to do using dot bind, okay, which is an unnecessary work. But if you use constant, right, this approach of arrow function, then that this will be hold very easy. Okay, that's another difference. Okay, now let's see what we need to do. It's an index page. Okay, what is our intention? We need to go with an navigation, correct? So div class name equal to, as it is the starting container, correct? We'll make it a little faster. I need only two, nothing else. This is for header, correct? So always make sure that you are using semantic tags. Header, nav, okay, sidebar, so anything, article, if you are writing a paragraph article like that. Now what we need to do, I need to move this one to here, and here this is a normal section. Okay, so here I will be moving the some other things, whatever I want. Understand? Okay, now let's move on to the nav bar. So I need this one which looks good. Let me cut it down. And I don't want to write it here because it will increase the complexity if I write everything here. I want to have better control. Then where you need to write? Go here, in components, create a new file called header or nav.tsx. It's up to you. Okay, so here also same thing, import. It's not needed actually until you need it for some purpose, or else it will be just a JavaScript file only. What you can do, constant export. Without export, it won't be given back to the other file if it is calling. Constant header. Okay, what we need to do, return is must. Okay, in return what you need to give, you need to give your code. Okay, actually the why we are getting this error means in React the tags are different. It is XML kind of syntax, which is very mandatory. Okay, so class can't be used like this. You need to replace that. And moreover, few other things as well we need to take care here. For example, SVG image. Yes, okay, it's having something like video. Yeah, I mean, anyway, if I can remove it, there is no meaning of Xlink href. It is different here. In React, it is different, as I told last time. Okay, even it is, and why it is giving, we should end it. Even HR tag, it should be. Okay, now I want to use it here. So in real time, that's how will be here. It may be simple, but in real time, the header itself will have a lot of logic. Not only what kind of logic, getting header values from a configured API and checking permissions. Based on their permissions, loading that header values and such functionality, on such where it should go, and log out what should happen. So such kind of a very bigger functionality will be there. That's the reason we will be dividing it into another component. Even that header can be moved as another one or two subcomponents. So we should have, and you need to remember one thing: a component should not go more than 150 lines of code. Okay, that's the reason we will be dividing it into the more and more subcomponents for better clarity and maintainability. Okay, so here what we need to do, we need to call the header, correct? So just type, it will be coming. Maybe in this case I understand the reason why it won't give, right? Actually we should not use it's an default tag, right? Let me make it as nav header. And let me change this one. I mean, it may support, but I don't want to take any kind of risk here. So now header. So now you can see as soon as I type itself, it will add that one into the top components. Okay. And what else I need in the nav header? I want to take care about few more things. What on top of the all of these things, I want to have a routing need to be implemented. Correct? Okay. Without routing, I mean, okay. Let it be first. Let me change it here. Then I will tell you. So what are the things are there? Yeah, we need to call that index from app.tsx. Let's go here, remove everything. I don't want this. Okay, let's have that app, at least font we will get it. Okay, now what I need to use here? Index. Okay. Yeah, we need to return it right. Yeah, return is must. Now see, it's working. Okay, CSS is not affected. The reason is we have not added the bootstrap reference into the parent, I mean top level page. So how to do that? Import bootstrap dist slash css slash bootstrap dot min dot css. Yes, automatically it changed. Okay, the logo may be having some conflict, that we can change it later. Now I want to just change it like this. Uh, Make it like dashboard, something as per our functionality. I just want to change it. Where we need to go? Here. Let me do one thing. I'll make it more easier to do app. And let me make it as kind of H3. Okay, you can just make it like this. ME, right? Yes, it adjusted. Okay, yeah, I mean style I'm not worrying here, but at least basic one. And kind of like dashboard. And here I want to make something like I want to maintain separately overdue tasks specifically for this one, and kind of reports. Okay, let's take only this. Okay, by default it should be dashboard, and on clicking of this one, it should show only overdue task. On clicking of reports, it should show something like how many tasks are there, some charts kind of thing. I'm not going to show the charts, but that count I will show. But the reason is I want to show you, if you change something in the dashboard, how it is communicating from dashboard to the reports. That is my main intention. Okay. Yeah, and what should come here? By default, the dashboard should display all of the tasks. Correct? Okay, let me go with creating another component. So here you can do even more segregation, header components. Okay, and task components like that you can do, but I'm not doing it. Now let me go with in real time. Typically, we will have a very big hierarchy of the components. Okay, now let me make other component called um, display tasks, or else manage tasks. Manage task. So what will be, like, let me go with display task. Okay, I'll tell you display tasks. So what need to be, what we need to do, as we are going to use the some state or something, definitely React is needed. If you are not using any React thing, then no need to import also, correct? Import React from React. Okay, next, tell me syntax. Export constant display task. Got it? Okay. Now, what do we need? First, we need data to display the task. Where is the data? In the API. Okay. How to get the API tasks? Using fetch. Correct? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do one thing. When it should get loaded on the page load. Correct? So what we can use? Use effect, which is added here. You can see. Okay. The syntax of use effect is like this. And here the empty, parenthesis, okay, empty square bracket. Now we need to write our logic here. Now tell me how to do fetch. See, the all folders I will tell you later how to use it, make use of it. But as of now, this is not right way to go write the code here. Generally, we should write it in the service layer. But to accomplish my task, I will go with this. Later, I will tell you in another session to how to segregate that one. So you know that URL to-dos, correct? Yeah. Dot, then response, response dot JSON dot, then results, correct? Yeah. And to save this, we need a, make sure that these all state variables should be on very top of the, this is also an interview question. Can I write something on top of the state variables? Can I write JavaScript code on top of the state variables? No. This should be the very, it should be on the very top. Okay. Syntactically, this should be the first, maybe first line can be empty, second line, whatever it may be. If you are having state variables, it should be like this only. You can't have it like this. Okay. It should be here. So what is our task? Not to do tasks. And so make sure that the naming convention should be like this. Task, copy paste same thing, but make that first letter as capital and before that keep set. Okay, equal to what you need to do? Use state. What is use state means here? It is telling that I need to use this one. It's a React hook. Okay, what is the hooks here it is doing means whatever you are writing here is purely a JavaScript code, but React hook will help you out to inform the React while rendering, saying that as I am a hook, whatever I am holding, if it is changing, try to change in the page. You understand? So or else it's a normal JavaScript code only. Okay, but what makes the difference between normal JavaScript code and use state is it will internally inform the React that whatever I am holding, I am responsive. Okay, I am responsive in nature, that if I am changing the page components, whichever is consuming me also should be re-rendered. Understand? Okay, that is called reconciliation. It's also one more interview question. What is reconciliation means? If the value, say, value of the state is changing, the React will be in the background, it will be reconciling, it will be checking whether its related value is changed or not. If it is changed, where and all it is being used, go and change that particular places also. That is called reconciliation. Okay. So here by default you need to give some value. If you don't want to give, just give null. But if you want to give something, you can give. And if you want to use TypeScript, you can give like this. What is TypeScript, that we will see later. Okay, I mean, if you already know that, okay, it will make your programming more type safe. Okay, so I'm going with the empty task. Now what I need to do, once I have the results, then I will be making the results dot to dos. Oh, sorry, let it be, yeah, let it be results. Clear? Okay, then what we need to do, we forget one thing, return is must. People forget this. Return, here you need to do one thing, always use this no fragment. The reason is, if sometimes if it don't return, then it won't give, it should not give, React will give error. This is no fragment, okay? And here always make sure that about the exception handling. By the time tasks are more than at least item 1, correct? Then only it should go for mapping the functionality. So again, why fragment I'm using? Here also there is a, I want to make it as a parent div kind of thing. What is this? It's nothing but a div only, but empty div. Okay, what we need to do? We need to use map now, correct? So how to do? Task dot map of here task item comma index. As we are using TypeScript, you need to use this one when we are using, and making sure that return div. Okay, so what I need to do, I just want to give some name for this one. What? Task item, correct? Also make sure that as we are using the map, we should use key. This is mandatory. Okay, maybe compiler won't recognize, even though it won't give error, but definitely it will be a problem for us. Okay, now I want to display something like this. The first line will be a title. Okay, the second line will be the 40%. First line 80% would be the, or else some part more of the first part will be title, and there I will be showing date, and the second line should show the description. Okay, and also it should show the kind of like a button for me that mark as completed, something like tick mark, even edit, delete. Okay, forget about edit, we are not going to take it. Tick mark, delete. If I make it as tick, it's completed. I mean, the button I will enable. Understand, right? So that I want to make. So what we can do? Div class name equal to row yeah, yeah, that all we can take care. I'll tell you that. So let it be row. No, I don't want to. Okay, MD10. MD2. So here what I need to display, that I need to write in this boilerplate. Okay, so task item dot title. Actually, the reason TypeScript, how it will help you, right? When you are writing itself, it can identify and give you this title. But in our case, it's not happening because we have not integrated this type. Okay, next. What is that other one in the second part? Due date. Okay, the formatting we can do. Date format, that's not in the context now. We can take care. Next, what is the next line? The next line mentions. I'm just adding one more thing, guys. Okay, description. It's very important actually. Okay, let me not to time waste. Okay, let me finish it off here. Meanwhile, description, and let it be kind of, or else let me make use of this space. Let me restrict it to the some 6 or else 7. Okay, let me make use of it. Date, let me make it as 2, and how much we have? 3 we have. So yeah, so here I will be having for date take 3, and here you can have the task as space for mark as completed, one button. Okay, and here let it be fully. And also on the front of this title, based on the status, I want to make some horizontally itself I want to just give some kind of ring for entire table row for this. That is the reason I have used task item. I'll tell you how to achieve that. Okay, so let it be task item. So here I want to introduce one more class. So based on the status, I want to give the style. You understand? So for that, what we can do? Are you going to use switch? No, don't use switch. Okay, instead use this. Okay. Here, what are the status we have? Generally, people use if or switch. Okay, but don't use going forward. So completed false, correct? Completed false and true. Let's make if the status is. Let me go with the other approach so that you can able to understand. Completed. Give me data with status. In progress, these all those things. Okay, now let me tell you how to handle that one here. Means imagine in progress, right? In progress, I can write like this. Try to understand what I'm saying. uh, in progress style completed style. What else? Pending. Okay, pending, in progress, completed. Okay, so let me one thing. Do we have border left primary like that? Anything else? Border primary will work actually. Yeah, we need to give both border as well as border primary. Yes, and I just want to try this. No, it's not there. Okay, anyway, leave it. I want to make use of it. Okay, pending style. Okay, I'll write a custom style. Okay, let it be. Now, just see here. Here we need to give that one additionally. What you need to give? task item dot this is how you need to additionally introduce. So what status classes of task item dot. Now what will happen? If it is in progress, it will return this value class. What happened? Yeah, this is TypeScript. Okay. See, without if switch, I was able to distinguish. Okay. Now, it is static only, but it is fixed, right? Always. Okay. If you want to change this, try to get it from database. You declare it as an empty object. Then get it from somewhere and assign it. Then you make use of it. I mean, it's one kind of programming style. I'm not saying I have done magic here, but yeah. So now what we need to do, we need to write styles for this, correct? So go to the assets. Now let's create an file, styles.css. Here you have the choice of SCSS, all those things. Okay, it's up to you. What is the advantage of it? You have more control over like JavaScript kind of dynamic approach you can use while writing CSS also. As like how you are making the HTML as dynamic in JavaScript. Whatever you are writing in React, it's JavaScript only, right? You are writing HTML tag, it is not HTML. It is a JavaScript tag. In the same way, if you go for SAS or .scss, all those things, okay, there you can write the JavaScript kind of CSS. Okay. So let me go with these styles, border, left, 5 pixel, solid. We have completed also, right? Yeah, in progress means we can just make yellow or else orange. Okay, you can make some style. Completed, you can make some green. Okay, yeah. So let it be. Now you have more control here. The date format, everything you can do. Here, I'll just make one icon. So I'm not concentrating on the task, I mean design. Let me break. Mark as completed. When it should be marked as completed? Only if the task is in progress or pending. Yes or no? Okay. Uh, we need to have some control over here. This is called conditional rendering. Okay. For that, what you need to do, you just have another kind of component. There you can do. But that is the that's how you need to do. You should not use the conditional rendering here. Okay. So how to do? Constant render actions. So what we need to do? We need to pass the status, correct? So here you can use switch or anything in these kind of situations, okay? Or even here also you can take one more, this one, and you can return. But I mean that won't make that much sense here. Let's go for status. Yes. In progress means written, button, mark as completed. Break. Yeah. And completed. If it is completed, it should just show as button class name as btn success. Okay. Even you can use badge bg, it won't be badge bg success. Okay, make it as completed. You don't need to do any action, right? Okay, and if it is in progress, mark as completed. Pending means mark as in progress. Got it? Yeah. Now okay, that's it. No, not needed. If anything is failing, then it will go. It's an exceptional case. We should, but I don't have time here. Now, what we need to do, we need to call this where in the index, correct? Display task. Yes, it's working, but the design did not make any sense here. Okay, let me go and let me tweak it little bit in a faster way. Task item, shadow, border. Actually, this is not needed. Okay, let it be. Yeah. Shadow, border. This CSS is not coming there somehow. Okay, that we need to see. Undefined. It's coming here. Undefined. No. Tell me what is the reason? The data is not updated in the API. We need to rerun it. Go to the terminal, stop it, and rerun it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you are right. Copy. Yeah. now at least based on the status is coming. Now let's see what is the problem with yeah, one more thing. Again, we are doing foolish things here. We have written the styles, but where are we importing it? Import assets. Where is that? Styles. Correct. It's correct. Yeah. Actually, this important attribute we need to give because it's a bootstrap is overriding it. And moreover, I just want to give border. I mean, it's a duplicate thing. We should not write like this. Yeah. Okay. We just need to. I mean, even this is having some issue. Yeah. Okay. Let me. Where? Here, right? Yeah. Yes. And border 0. Okay. It's working. And the same way for buttons, we can write some styles like BTN SM I want to use. BTN, if it is in progress, BTN. Okay. Yeah, we can even make, I mean, yeah, so we can change the design. Uh, something it's not looking good. Okay. So this is how we are just consuming the data. So in the next session, what I will be telling, right? On the overview, I need to go, maybe I will have another task or else pending task. I'll change it to pending task. So I'll just show all pending tasks here, and here I will be showing count, which we will complete in 10 to 15 minutes. Then I will be explaining the same thing in the React Redux. Okay, I'm stopping here.